I guess I've done it now. I threw down the gauntlet and now I'm going to have to prove myself. Let me make that a little more even. I just did a Facebook Live announcing and changing my cover photo and my profile photo to say that I'm going into monk mode for February and March of 2023. And you know what? I'm going to succeed at this YouTube thing just like I've succeeded at weight loss and just like I've succeeded at having a great political photography company for the past 20-some years in Texas. Hi there, by the way, I'm Chip. This channel is Chillin' with Chip. There should be a button in this corner, or if not, there's a red thing down below where you can subscribe. If you're a new subscriber, hi, thank you. I hope to get to know you over the next few months because I'm putting a lot of time and effort into this thing. But today, it's January 31st, about, I think, 9 p.m. or 9:30. And I'm going to do a recap of what's happened since the first of the year. Where I've been chilling, how I've been chilling, and why I've thrown down the gauntlet in the rest of social media. I have been at a house sit in North Carolina since the 21st of December. So I guess that's, 10 days in December and 31 days so far in January. I've got 15 days to go in February. So what is that? 31, 41, 51, 56, 57 days. And I meant to write down or go through and tell you exactly how many house sits I booked in this month and 10 days. I don't know exactly how many it is, but I have 30 days available that I don't have a house sit book between now and I think June 29th. And then I have one from the 29th till July 9th, I think. That one's not far from Mom and Dad's. And I have a 2-week one booked in October. So that's like a little gap. And I have somebody talking to me about August back down here at the beach in Wilmington. Woohoo! That was one of my favorite areas, was the Wilmington area. I have a friend, longtime friend from Texas that lives there, and her 2 daughters that I know, both married and with their own families. One of them had asked me to pet sit for them at one point, but then it didn't work out to where they could go out of the country. So anyway, this month, this has been an interesting house sit. It's been just a wee bit too long under the circumstances. But when I think about Texas being under about 1.5 inches of sleet and freezing rain right now, I'm not terribly upset that I'm in 55-degree central North Carolina with just a kind of a drizzly, foggy, kind of rainy day. I did get 3, you could call them a wheelbarrow, but it's more like a homemade wagon, but you can dump it. So it's got 3 sides and a bottom. I fill it up with wood at the wood pile. I bring it up here. I move it over onto the deck. It has a rack for storing wood. I got 3 of those. My tag is sticking up. I had 3 of those wagonfuls pushed up here and loaded onto the deck before it started raining about, noonish today. I've had the both wood stoves going most of the day. I did get my computer repaired, my laptop. It needed a hard drive. I just bought that thing in Texas in October. I think I paid $450 for it, and it was $250 worth of repairs. So that's $500, $600, $700. Now I think it's brand new and just like brand new and should last 7-10 years. So it's still cheaper buying the used ones there, even with the repair. Plus $200 of that is the year-long service agreement with Best Buy. So it was really only $50 for the hard drive. Then they were going to charge me $150 for the evaluation and install, or $200 for a whole year of tech support. So obviously I paid the extra $50 and got the whole year because at the moment Best Buy is still alive. There have been moments I thought they were going out of business or already had, and I think several of them have gone out, or several stores have closed, even though the company hasn't gone out of business. And I don't know if Geek Squad is fully owned by Best Buy or not. I think it is. So I'm hoping that will last another 365 days so I get my money worth out of this service contract. But that will get me back into splicing videos. I did get the iMovie re-downloaded. I had spliced, I think it was either, I think the Max one went up. I think it's the train video I haven't posted yet. I got all the things spliced and I was trying to make an intro. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I need to make an intro to it. But that was lost when the hard drive crashed, so I'm going to need to download all of the clips from Google Photos to this new hard drive and then load them up to iMovie, make an intro, splice them all back together, then load it up to YouTube, and then it'll be on this channel in some amount of time. And I'm about to get on another train trip here in 2 weeks. Let me talk about that, and then I'll back up and we'll go through the month. But that is 2 of the house sits that have contacted me in this new year. Leo, the big white dog, I did a Chilling with Leo video months ago. He was one of the first house sits I did. He's the big English cream lab, 110 pound, big old loving dog. They lived about 3 miles from my parents' house, but they have had another house built down here, kind of between my other friend's house and the beach. She was only 20 minutes from the beach, and they're 8 minutes closer. So that's Cure Beach and Carolina Beach. They're acceptable beaches. I like Cure Beach. That's where I did the Fort Frederick State Historic Site. When was I there? I want to say it was after Labor Day. This will be before Memorial Day. Woo! So there won't be a bunch of kids. It may be too cold to get in the water, but that's all right. It's still a beach. So I'll leave here on the 15th of February. I really hope these people get back on the 15th. If not, their dog and the neighbors may have to come let the dog out and feed the cat. But I need to go down there the night of the 15th. I will be leaving my car there. They're going to take me to a bus stop the next morning, because Amtrak runs what they call a throughway bus, a connecting bus, which will take me from Wilmington back to Wilson, North Carolina, which is, I think it's about a 3-hour drive to Wilmington from here. It is a 4-hour drive to my parents' house, and then a 6-hour drive from there to Wilmington. So yeah, that'd be 10 hours of driving, or I can go 3 hours over there, catch the train up to my parents, stay with them a couple nights before I catch the train to Denver for my house sit, which starts the 23rd, I think, 22nd or 23rd. And I have a layover in Chicago. I'm going to do one night in Chicago. Let me rewind. I told you that the people with the big house and the big dog in Ashburn have built another house, a smaller house, I think, here. They're still in the process of moving, but they want me to come spend the night with them on the 15th, leave the car there. I'll go on the train from Wilmington to D.C. My parents will pick me up, take me back to the train on Sunday the 19th or the 20th. I may change that one. And I will end up back riding the train down here on March 16th, spend a week with them before I drive my car up to Northern Virginia to do a house sit. Another friend that I've done it for in the past. They actually pay me. But and then they want me to come back in August. She's planning a 3-week trip to Spain again. That's how I met them first, as they were going to Spain. I actually drove them to Dulles Airport it's 5 minutes from the house to the airport. That was the house that the planes constantly flew over. I see it's 9 minutes. I haven't even gotten to this month yet. So anyway, I booked those 2 house sits. I booked 2 in Tennessee, northeastern Tennessee, just over the Virginia state line, less than 30 minutes over the Virginia state line. That person's going to give me a gift, i.e. pay me. So I've got quite a few. And then today I got contacted by somebody near my parents, not quite as close as the ones that moved, but in an area that I do a lot of Instacart shops. And they said they're not opposed to paying me either, even though we met on the free site. Speaking of paid house sits, I did get approved for a Rover profile this week, which is a paid house sit. My friend Carol in Canada, hey Carol, if you're watching, is already doing pet walking and house sitting through Rover. And so she kind of encouraged me to apply. And the doctor that pays me to watch their pets in Northern Virginia said I was kind of being taken advantage of if I did this house sit for 2 months without pay, which I argued that I agreed to it. I wasn't being taken advantage of. I'm not paying rent. And as of tomorrow, I'll be 7 months with no rent. So, hey, let's chill that way, okay? I was paying $1,000 a month in Warrenton, all utilities included, which is a darn good price. So even at that rate, I've saved $7,000 since I started this. And I have been paid for at least one house sit so far, and I've got, I think, 4 or 5 already lined up for this year. I've got another one in Front Royal. I've got one in Williamsburg. I booked all those since I came down here in December. Let's see, 2 in Wilmington. So that's 4 I can think of right off the top of my head off of trusted house sitters. Then I've got 2 or 3. Oh, and the 2 in Tennessee. And then 2 or 3 in South Riding with the friend that pays me. They've given me 3 sets of dates, but the third one in September is kind of iffy. I'm thinking I may take a cruise in October if anybody wants to go with me. I don't know if I want to share a room or not, but I definitely wouldn't mind people that I know being on the ship with me. It's possible I'll share a room, but I'm thinking I really want one to myself. Although going into monk mode for the next 2 months, I might change my mind on that because I'm going to be by myself a whole lot this year. So on the cruise, it might be nice to have somebody with me. And what else has happened? I bought the package at Best Buy to protect my computers. And sometime in January, I've had 2 courses that I've taken in the past contact me about being able to rejoin a new cohort. One of them, the price I paid at the beginning, includes me sitting in on the calls with the guru lady. That is about ready to relocate. That was how I became a digital nomad. I learned from this lady. She's been in Portugal most of the winter. And I think there's 6 people in this cohort now. I think there were 12 in ours. I actually did it when I was still working. It met on a night I think Monday nights when I was usually off. And they're still on Monday nights. So now I have, and so is the Keto Made Simple one that Dr. Westman invited me to come back to. That one you had to pay $50 to join back in, but it's been worth it. I've been able to watch all these videos. Every Monday night is Dr. Westman. Every Thursday night is Amy Berger, a nutritionist. Both low carb, both very smart. Both of which I will meet in Denver at the conference next month. Well, I guess it is still January. Technically, this one will be posted till February, so it'll be, he's barking at the fire, making a noise. It's all right. But I'm looking forward to that conference, and I'm going to do 10 segments on the Amtrak between February 16th when I leave Wilmington and March 16th when I get back to Wilmington. At least 2 of them are going to be bus routes, and I think I'm going to go through Chicago 4 times. I had made a post on my personal Facebook that I had hoped to get back to Fort Worth in early March for maybe 2 or 3 days to get a DEXA scan follow-up appointment. That's like a X-ray machine, sort of, kind of more like an MRI, an imaging machine that you're on a bed that actually weighs you, I think. And then a machine, it's not a tube like an MRI. It's more of like an arm that just goes down your whole body and back and does some kind of an imaging X-ray. And it can tell you exactly how much fat you have and adipose fat, visceral fat, all that kind of stuff, and what your bone mass is and what your fat mass is. So it's been about a year since I had one, but after I posted that, and I have gotten one lady that said she had an air mattress I could use at her apartment, and another lady that said she'd be my taxi driver or chauffeur, shuttle driver, whatever, because I won't have a car since I'll be riding in on the train. But since then, I found that company has 2 locations in the Chicago area. So if I can make my layovers on one of the days they're open, the one kind of near the train station looks like it's only open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The other one, which is about an hour out, I'm sure I could get there on a train or a bus or the subway, is I think open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday, I don't know. But anyway, it's going to take some coordinating. But generally the trains that get into Chicago get in around, supposed to get in at 7 in the morning. I'm saying they're probably going to be 3 or 4 hours late, but the next day, because I would overnight, I'm going to get an Airbnb or a hotel. The next day, the one I would take to leave, maybe to go home or wherever I'm going, or to Texas, whichever I'm going, usually doesn't leave till like 2 to 6 in the evening. So that would give me more than 24 hours, even if the train's late, to get that appointment in, to relax, to shower, to rest. So I've been planning all that. I did buy the 10 ride pass, the USA Rail Pass, this year, or may have been right at the end of last year. And I've already booked, I think, 6 or 8 of the, I think 6. Because I was thinking I would either go to the Grand Canyon or Flagstaff, Arizona, and then take a bus or a taxi or something to Williams, Arizona, and ride the Grand Canyon Railroad up into the Grand Canyon National Park, spend the night or two there, ride it back down. But see, that's 2 segments. That's a segment from Denver to Chicago, down to Arizona. Then you got to go back to Chicago and then back to D.C., so that would use up the last of my 4 segments. So I'll either do that or I'll go Chicago, Texas, Fort Worth, or Dallas, wherever my friend can pick me up. I have another friend that lives in Tyler, but she I think only has 1 vehicle there in Texas. She's got another one. She leaves up here. But anyway, that would make it difficult to get from there to my appointments in Arlington, because Arlington doesn't have any public transportation. So I could get close. I could get to Dallas or Fort Worth and then take the commuter train from Dallas to Fort Worth. But anyway, that's a lot of hassle. But I'll either go Texas and then back to Chicago, and then so I could be passing through Chicago 6 times out of the 10 things, because everything can. Hey there, little fella. Let me get the doggy up here. He wants to. Come on. He's constant. I'm surprised he hadn't jumped yet. Come on. He's usually in my lap the minute I sit down. Maybe I've broken him a bit. Come on, Max. There you go. Say hi to the YouTube people. Say hello. There you are. Ah, there's your ears. It's so hot in here with these fires going, he may not want to sit in my lap. He's going to sit. Good. Usually he tries to lick me in the face. He's the lickingest dog. He'll lick my hand. So anyway, I've got the 10 segments, and I've joined both of those cohorts. I'm learning a lot. I mean, it's stuff I kind of already knew, but I'm learning it again. And I've gone into monk mode starting in about 2 hours. But there's a bit of a unique situation at this house. The electric company here gives you a plan you can get on where if you use electricity from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., it costs like 25 cents a kilowatt hour. But the exchange for that is the rest of the day, it costs 4 cents a kilowatt hour. So I'm trying not to run my little space heaters in the bedroom from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., which generally means going to bed about 10 o'clock and waking up at 6 to turn those off, and then staying in bed until the room cools off, then trying to get up and go to the gym. Maybe do my tanning and a workout early in the morning, and then coming back about the time that the rate reduces. Of course, they have their water heater set to cut off during that time also. So I have a switch on the water heater. If I need more water, I can turn it on. But obviously try not to use it during that time, which has been a bit of an inconvenience at this sit. Not the end of the world, and I'm trying to be very courteous about it, or conscientious about it. But apparently last month they got a much larger bill than they were. Of course, it went to 8 degrees one night too. Hence the reason I've got the fires going. Figure I'll burn up their wood instead of their electric bill. But that's a long enough video. I'll talk to you in about a week. I think this will go up Saturday. Have a great day. Love you. Please comment, like, subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.